Hello everyone, welcome to the new video on Basic Excel under our work culture series, where we are going to cover the 50 tips which will cover the whole Excel part, which is for beginner level, mid level, and that must be known to senior people also. So most of the employees and employers are looking for ways to improve their performance and their productivity. I'm sure the MS Excel is a great tool to increase the company's productivity as well as efficiency. There are so many shortcuts and commands which are very easy to implement, and it helps user to finish their job very quickly. So let us start with our basic Excel course, where we have captured 50 tips. I'm sure this will cover the whole basic part of the Excel before going into the advanced part. So let us start with the tip number 1. So as you know, we have divided all these 50 tips into 8 sections, and let us start with the first section and first tip. So first one is sequence number. Suppose in every table or in Excel file we have serial numbers. Suppose there are 50 entries, 1 2 3 4. You can fill it manually, but in Excel it is we have an option to get it filled automatically. Okay, and a number of entries you can do like this. So 100 up to 100 we have all the numbers with single increment. Similarly, you can do one increment is default Excel. If you want to do or fill the columns or rows with increment 2, you just have to start once, then it automatically takes increment of 2. Okay, so you can do it differently also, maybe 1 3 5 7, that kind of thing we can do. So these are all incremental numbers, sequence number we can do. Similarly for weekdays, if you see, if you fill Monday and then drag it down, okay. So after Sunday it again starts with Monday, Tuesday, then again after Sunday. So this thing can also be done automatically. Similarly for months also, you can drag it down, and again after 12th month, after December, it starts for January. Okay, so this way you can fill the months also. So weekdays, months, and then maybe dates. So if you see, today is 5th September. Okay, so on Tuesday it was 1st September, so you can write 01/2020. Okay, you double click and it will be fit to the cell. If you see, again it has filled the date with single increment of 1. Okay, so this way we can get the dates also. But at the same time, you want to change the format, just right click, format cells, go to dates. You can choose the date format, 1st September. Okay, you don't want to see the year, then it may be like this. If you want to have some different along with year also, so we can select like this also. So there are so many formats available for date, you can choose for that one of those. So now let us take increment of 7. Okay, equal to this date plus 7. Okay, so 8th September it will be there. So if you see these dates, all these are 7. For example, 1st September, 8th September, all these are Tuesday. Okay, here also if you see, on 8th it is Tuesday. Okay, 15th it is Tuesday, 22nd it is Tuesday. So day wise dates you can get. Similarly, you can get the date wise days also. So this is all about the automatic numbers, days, months, and dates, and along with the incremental dates. You can go for 7, 5, 2, 3, any increment you can add here, and Excel will show the results accordingly. So now let us go to section number 2, where we are going to discuss basic formulas of mathematical formulas: sum, auto sum, series sum, subtract, divide, multiply and percentage. So to get all these formulas, get it done here in practical scenario, we have taken an example where we have 9 years of investment, then total income, how much interest we have paid, then tax, how much in tax was there, and what was the profit. Okay, so now if you see, to calculate profit after tax, so total income is this minus tax. So this is the profit. Now we have done a little bit manual work here. Okay, this blue color G11, then pink color, then purple color. Okay, we have subtracted these two from this. Okay, so this is the value, but Excel helps if you drag it down. So this is done for all the years. Okay, you have done it for one and it is available for all also. Just you have to select it and drag it. So if you see, this is done for this row, this is done for this row, similarly this row. So subtraction we have done here. Now to get the sum, if you see here, we have 2-3 options. You want to get the total of this value, you can simply click on auto sum. This is total. Okay, you can simply, there is another way, sum is equal to this comma this comma this. You have given a template here automatically, comma this, okay, comma this comma and this, bracket closed. So this is another way of doing the total here. Then third way of doing sum is equal to, and select all these range. If you see H11 to H18, all these range has been considered and we have done the total. So there are 3 methods to get the sum. Okay, similarly the easiest one is select and at bottom you will get the total. Another way of doing sum is, for example, you have 8 entries of similar figure, so you can go for multiply also. So this into number of years 8. Okay. So this way also we can get the total. So it is simple multiplication, subtraction and total. So this way we have got the values total for all these columns. Total profit, if you see, this is the total profit in 8 years. Now let us see percentage, how much percentage we have received. This divide by total investment. Okay, this is 12. Now again we can do it for all these things, all these years. Now we can get this value in percentage also. Just we have to click it here, it will be 12%. So same way you can drag it down, this will be done for all. And at the same time, if you want to see the average for all these 8 years, you just have to drag it one more time, and this is a 30% profit we have received for all 8 years. Okay, so these are all the mathematical formulas, which are very basic formulas and very useful in Excel. If you know all these things, you can get it done very quickly. So this was the first part where we have discussed 14 tips. In next part we'll start from 15th. So in last section we had completed 14 tips. Now let us start with the 15th one in this part. This was the table which we prepared in last video, last section. So now let us try to use all the formatting options which are available in Excel. So let us start with date format, which we are having in this column. So if you see, you can click on any of the dates, then go to right click, then check out the date format options available with us. So let us take this one. So 25th March 1992. Now you want to copy this format into all these parts also. If you select this one, which we want to copy the where we want to copy the format, select it, double click here, and you can copy the format in all the other sections. So date is like this. So this is how we can play with the date options, date format options, which are already available with us. Now you see this table, you want to reduce the size. Okay, the size option is there, you can reduce the font size here. Now if you see, this is the heading. If you bold it, you can click it here to make it bold, and you can fill some color here, for example this one. Okay, then you can change the text alignment. We have so many options here, you can go for this way. So many options are there, you can go for different alignments also, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay, but most of the cases this one is the best one, the plain one. Okay, so this is the only option for text alignment. Now if you want to make it into border also, you can click on here, the table format, all outline table will be there. Then you can change the text alignment by using this. Okay, so this is now center, all the text is aligned in center of the cell. Suppose in this column you want to make it left align, you can do like this, and maybe for text you can do the right alignment, so this can be changed. Okay, so maybe in sequence number you can do the left alignment. Whatever you want to have the alignment, you can do by using these 3-4 options available with us, but most of the cases we go for center alignment, so this looks better. Same day, the bottom one should be bold, and you can fill some color here also. Okay, so now this looks a little bit better. You can have a outline border, more thicker one, so it looks like this. Okay, now in these cells, if you notice this, after digit only one digit is there, after dot there is a one digit, so, but you can change it to as many as digits you want. For example, you want to change up to 3, 4, 5, so let us go for 2. If you click, then all the columns are having 2 digits after the point. So this looks typical, it looks better as compared to earlier one. Okay, so now if you want to reduce, now if you see here a lot of space is there, you want to reduce the space. Okay, but at the same time you want to make it readable also. Okay, so what we can do, select all the cells, click wrap. So we have reduced the size of table and keeping the properties as readable. So this is how we can do the wrap option here. Now you want to merge these two cells, you can do it like this. Okay, so total value, you can even merge these 3. So this can be done by using merge. If you want to merge 2-3 cells, then you can do it like this. Okay, borders we have already seen. Then colors also we have filled. So if you can see, it was looking like this, now it looks like this. This is more presentable, readable, and looks better. Again, one more thing, if inside cells it is difficult, for example there are 20 columns, then it will be difficult if you start from this and read up to this. So sometime we can go for this option also, format cells, you can go for this way, this selection, then you can go for this. Okay, then this row will be there of same column, so you can start with this. It is easy to track in a single row. Okay, so this kind of options you can always use, so that the tables are more readable. Okay, so these were all formatting options we have with us. Now let us try to copy this table here. Okay, and let us put it here, keeping all the formatting options along with everything. So now what we have, we can change the font type and size. If you see these fonts, these are the text size, you can change the font like this. Okay, maybe for dates you want to keep this, otherwise you can go for same one. Maybe if you go for date, it will be like this. Okay, so you can change different fonts. Maybe for these 3 columns you can go for some other font. So different fonts have different sizes, even though the font size is 12 only. So you can use all these font type and font size options. Similarly, text orientation we have already discussed in last section also. You can change the text option like this. Maybe with reduced size it will be more readable. Okay, but most of the time we prefer straight one only. This is always better. So again, if you want to match the font properties, you can always go back by using format painter option. Then text orientation we have seen. Text in a row, alt enter. Now suppose you have taken some notes here, you want to see in this portion, then you have to press alt and enter. If you press here alt and enter, it will go to next row. Alt enter, it will go to next row. Okay, so this way you can have same text in a different rows. Now you can move, if you want to move, use this option here. You can move the text to some particular location also, east or west. Now again in this point, if you select this much portion, if you see here, these all options are disabled. Color you can change specific portion, you can do underlining, bold. So specific portion also you can format. So this can be used for a particular part of the text also. For example, only here you want to color highlight, this is done. Okay, this way you can do it. Okay, so these are the few options which are available with us. Format application we have already used. If you want to use format, okay, this way you can change and refer different formats. Then table format, readable, we have already done. We have all the cells in a particular table manner, and we have outline border. So these are all the formatting option. Format size, text, content you can move. Okay, inside the particular row you can change the format replication we can do, then table format. So this is all about the second section. We'll check rest of the options in third part. So in this section we are going to discuss and we are going to implement another few formatting options. For example, row height and column width. If you want to see, if you can drag it down here and you want to change the row height, you just have to select the rows, right click, row height. Okay, currently it is 15. Suppose you want to change it to 18. So it will be implemented on all the rows which have been selected. At the same time, if you want to select the columns, right click, column width. Okay, suppose you mention 18. So this will be implemented on all the selected columns. So if you don't want to keep these changes, you just click Ctrl Z, undo. Okay, so this is all about row heights. You can always adjust typically or manually also. You can drag it down and change the row height. Okay, this way you can play with all the row heights and widths. At the same time, suppose you want to hide some columns. For example, you don't want to share how much interest you have paid. You can right click on the column and you can hide. Okay, now you can see J and L, this column is not available. So if you want to make it unhide, then select both the columns and right click, unhide. Okay, so it will be visible again. Now this is very important, view, page layout and page preview. Just select the table which you want to print or you want to set the page dimensions, then go to page layout. Okay, first clear the print area. If anything is already done, then select the area and set the print area for this portion. So this much area is selected for printing. Now size, if you have bigger table, you can go for A3, otherwise A4 is sufficient. Now orientation, landscape or portrait. So this is landscape kind of table, so we'll go for landscape. Now you want to see here the page break. Sometimes what happens, this border comes somewhere here, so you can always drag it down and you can see this is page 1. Okay, page 1, this will be printed if you give the print command. So go back to normal. Okay, you can see, and if you go to print preview, then again you will have an option. If you want to reduce it on a paper, you can reduce the size of the table on a same A4 size paper, and you can increase up to some 20-25. Now you see some of the portion is to second number page, which we don't want, so we'll reduce it a little bit. Then the whole table is on single page. So this way you can set the page for printing. So this is all about all these things: row height and width. We can hide the columns, then again unhide. Page setup for print preview, then area and all orientation we can set like this. So let us move to section 6, where we have few options which we need to discuss. For example, we have a longer table now. Okay, and this column, if you see, if you scroll down, this heading is gone, but we want to see this heading when we want to freeze this heading when we scroll down. So how to do that? Just whatever you want to freeze, suppose 9th row you want to freeze, then select 10th, go to freeze planes, freeze. Okay, this will be freeze, and you can see the heading till last row. So this is very important to use. Then another thing, if you want to add some notes, suppose you know this line number is very critical, right click, add new note. So this is critical line, you can always mention. So this will be available for your record. Whenever you bring your mouse on this column, this red color will pop up and your previous note will be displayed. If you want to delete it, right click, delete note. So you can add and delete note like this. Then you want to add, for example, you want to send this file for review. Okay, and the reviewer want to provide some comments. Okay, for example, on this right click, new comment. So you can add your comment. Shorten the content by using abbreviations. Okay, this is the comment. This is available here. Suppose this file is sent back to you and you have to close all these comments. So you will come here, you will see you have to shorten it. What we will do, we will do ag/ug, enter. Okay, so we have shortened the content, and this option will be there. Okay, resolve. Then this file will be sent back to the person who has commented, and he can reopen if he want to add something, or they can delete the thread. So comment is updated, then it is closed. So this way we can review the file, we can provide the comments, and we can resolve the comments, and moreover we can track the comments. Then find and replace. For example, you have some information about this line from some other Excel or something somewhere else. So Control F, you can find it. Okay, so this is there. So this way we can find any of the content available in the table. At the same time, if you click on replace, so you can replace this also. Suppose you want to replace it with 90. Okay, you will find it and replace it. So this 17 has become 19 now. At the same time, for example, if you want to change all WBS word to WBS number, then you can do like this: find next, replace, or replace all 121 items have been replaced everywhere. Okay, you want to keep it, then you can keep the changes, but if you don't want, you can undo the same. So this way you can use the Control F command, find and replace. Both are available by pressing Control F. Now rename the sheets. For example, this is the name of the sheet. You can double click and section 6. So this way you can rename all the sheets. Then coloring, like here there is no color, so you can select this and go to few options which are available with us. We can directly change the format, color, tab color. You can press, for example, red. So this has become red now. So this way you can change the color of the sheets also. Okay, so this way we have covered all these things. Now let us move to section 7, adding filters. Now we have a big column where 120 entries are there. You want to filter the heading. Just select these, go to data, click on filters. Now you can filter it out. Okay, you want to filter with some property, we can do that. First let us try the sorting of the filters. For example, if you want to see the smallest first, so inch dia will be sorted starting with the smallest one. All these other column will be aligned accordingly. Okay, so largest one you can choose, the smallest one we can do. Now another one is number filters. Number filters are, for example, you want to select all the lines where inch dia is more than 50. Okay, so below 50 lines are gone, so only 50 plus inch dia lines are available in the table. Okay, then maybe suppose you can remove this filter from here. Suppose you have some information, for example, these 3 lines are very important. Okay, you can color it. Another line, for example, this one, you can color it. Suppose these 2 lines are also important, you can color it. So you now want to filter all the critical lines by using color. Okay, filter by color. So by color, if you filter, all these lines will be available in the table. Rest all lines are hidden. Okay, so these are the options. Now suppose you want to check the duplicate lines which are available in the same column. So what we can do, we will select this. Okay, we'll go to conditioning format, highlight duplicate values. Now it is asking duplicate values will be highlighted light red fill, light red color is filled with dark red text. We are saying okay. So whatever duplicate lines are there, those are highlighted. Now how we can filter it out? Here, color, and we'll select this color. These are the duplicate lines. So now you can review whether these duplicate numbers are okay with you, or you want to delete it, or you want to change it. Anything we can do in a shorter table. So this is how we can do the conditioning formatting. Now once you have done with your review, you can clear the rule by clear from entire row. Okay, so this way you can check out the duplicate values, color filters, conditioning formatting, number filters, sorting. So these are very important things when you are having a large data in a single table. Now let us move to last section, which is section 8. Here where we are having few shortcuts which are very much useful in Excel. For example, Control A. Okay, if you are inside any of the table, just click inside the table and Control A. That whole table will be selected. For example, you click here and Control A. This whole table is selected. If you are outside the table, Control A, whole sheet will be selected. So Control A means select all. If you are inside the table, then inside the table. Okay, if you are outside the table, then select all. Control S. Now we have done few changes in our table, so we quickly want to save this. Control S. Okay, in between we can always click Control S. It will save the file. All the changes will be saved. Again, if you want to copy quickly, then select on the column Control plus C and Control plus V. We can copy and paste all these things. And if you don't want to keep this change in your Excel file, Control Z, it will be reversed, so it is undo. Then Control D, this is very important command. For example, you have these values here with you, okay, so you want to fill the same values here. You will select the rows or columns or cells and press Control D. It will be filled with same value below this selected table or cells. Similarly, if you want to select right side, if you want to fill the right side of the column, then you can select these cells and Control R. So same values will be filled on right side. So these are few of the shortcuts which we can use to fast track the Excel work. Then there is selection keys, shift. If you press shift and arrow key one by one, then it will go to right side, okay. Then you can use the left button to come back. At the same time, you can click downward with down arrow, shift plus down arrow, okay. Then shift plus control and right button, it will select all the columns which are filled, and same shift plus control and down button, it will select the whole table, okay. Up down, so these can be very useful shortcuts to select and deselect the table. Now the last one is average. If you see here, some mathematical numerical values are there, okay. If you select let us select few only. Select this one. How many we have selected? 15. What is the average value? 40. And what is the total? 603. So it is the default setting. We are getting average, count and total. Now these are the mathematical numerical values. If you select these, only count will be there. So we have selected 16 items, so it is showing 16. So these are the tips, 50 tips which we have covered in this section. I'm sure this has covered all the basic Excel tips, and you have learned few things. So keep watching. See you in the next part. So once again, I'll thank you all for watching this video. I'm sure it was useful. All 50 tips were very helpful, and it will help in your day-to-day life to improve your efficiency and performance at your work location. In next part, we are going to cover the advanced Excel tips. So stay tuned. Don't miss next part. See you in the next video.